Hey Gypsy friends, how y'all doing? Okay, y'all don't have to look at the new growth, okay? Check on your friends with a lot of new growth. I'm going through things. They're going through things. I'm gonna get this situation handled eventually, okay? Just don't look at it through. We're here to talk about sports romances, so let's get into the Rex. Hey Disney friends, welcome to our channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Nikki, your favorite little sister, and I want to talk sports romances. I don't know about you, but I know for me, I discovered in the last few years how much I love them. The intensity, the drama, the passion, it all entices me. But when I think about them, I always think basketball romance or basketball or football or basketball, just depending on what I read last. But we play more than just basketball and football, okay? We are multifaceted, and we need to see ourselves in more than just those sports. So I challenged myself to find five sports romances that are not basketball or football. And it wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy either. So let's just get into what I found, why I recommend them, and why I think you should read them. I actually have to thank Steph, because when we did our beginner's guide, shameless plug to this video, I again was only thinking basketball and football. I looked at other stories to see like if the surrounding story also matched like beginner level, but with that, she mentioned 8 Seconds to Love by Monica Walters, and excuse me, she low-key gave me the idea for this video that I've kind of been trying to work out in my mind without even realizing that's what I was doing. But she was like, oh, I read 8 Seconds to Love. I think that's a sports romance. He is a bull rider. It is a sports romance. And this is really intense, especially after going to a hip hop rodeo and like seeing it live. Y'all, it's very intense. And Monica Walters does not shy away from that in this story. So in this one, we have legend in the making, okay? Legend is our bull rider, and he is passionate, and he is strong, and he is doing something that is very, very scary. Like 8 seconds, that's how fast or slow, it goes really slow. But 8 seconds is really fast, but it goes really slow in his head and the intensity. And after seeing it live, and even through the book, she does a really good job like explaining why it's so slow for the rider, but fast for, the people watching. Sorry, I'm getting off a tangent, but the intensity of this sport was so amazing. And because of Steph, I was like, I've read way more sports romances than I realized, and I need to start giving them credit and their shine. And so we also have Harper, who is in a transitional point of her life, relationship wise. And I love how Monica Walters shows the layers of being a Black man in a predominantly white sport, as far as people know, and how Legend has to contend with that. It is a powerful read on so many layers, but that 8 seconds, the rodeo riding, the bull riding, baby, it is so intense and beautifully written. If you've ever read anything by Monica Walters, you know her pen game be penning. So you definitely should check out 8 Seconds to Love. And this is the first book in the series. You're welcome. So if you're looking for a bull rider, sports romance, check out 8 Seconds to Love by Monica Walters. Playing for Keeps by D.A. Young. Y'all know me and my sister love D.A. Young. Her writing, while really drama-filled and low-key angsty, not the annoying kind, but low-key angsty, is really comfort for me. And this series definitely gets it. So we have Adonis Grayson, who plays soccer. Yes, soccer. Okay. And Corin Bishop, who plays basketball. So double the sports, double the fun. This one, to be fair, before y'all come for me, Yes, this is book 2 in the series. Book 1 is a quick novella with Corin's parents, and I definitely recommend. It's a good time, okay? And they're a mature couple, so it's second chance energy, you know. But with this one, it was really fun because both of the characters are athletes. Both characters are in the public eye, especially Corey, who has famous parents, which really shapes and warps her perception of relationships. So I loved to get both of their passions for their sports and the back and forth cat and mouse dynamic they have. So let me put you on game. These are not spoilers. It is a synopsis. Corey, again, grew up in the public eye because of her famous parents. So she likes to keep her stuff on the down low. She knows how when people get involved, social media, it's just a mess. And Adonis is that dude, okay? He's fine. He's talented. He is young, black excellence. So obviously he gets a lot of attention, and that's just not attention she wants. She wants to keep their good thing low-key, but Adonis ain't for that. He wants to be loved out loud and proud. He wants to hold his girl out loud and proud. So on top of getting their passion for their prospective sports, you're also getting that back and forth intensity. And trust, D.A. Young is going to layer in other characters and a lot of fun. This one, I highly recommend, and it's on audio. I don't know who narrates it. That's, Sweetest Gig, so I'll just pop up their names. But if you're looking for a fun dynamic, and they're not giving annoying teens, if you know what I mean. But if you're looking for a sports romance that is soccer, check out Playing for Keeps by D.A. Young. Next, we have Assist by Miss Alexandra House. Okay, yes. This is book 3 in the series. I recommend the whole series. It is a hockey series, but Assist, and it's funny because when Goal came out, I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with the characters. It was so sweet and just such a warm hug, right? And so when book 2 came out, I was like, book 2 is holding. Goal is book 1, book 2 is holding. I was like, okay, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it because I love Miss House's writing, but Goal is it for me. So then I finally read it and I was like, oh, holding is it for me. And I didn't think anything could top holding. It was just everything about that story, right? But then I finally succumbed to the pressure and read Assist, and it is Assist for me. Now, they all give you a good variety of the hockey. I think it shows up most in the first 2 books, in my opinion. It is in here, in this one, but it's the other things happening within the story that really pulled me in. I didn't know, and I don't know if it's true, but it's portrayed this way in the book. Or should I say that? Is that a spoiler? I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I mean, it probably is a spoiler. So I'm not going to say that. It's probably a spoiler. But there was just things I discovered about hockey within this series. And again, contending with being Black men in a predominantly white sport and how the team has navigated that. Big South pops up. I'm sorry. That's not in the synopsis, but everyone should know Big South pops up. And I just loved the storytelling. I loved Orlando and Bianca's back and forth and the way they fell in love and the backstory. One thing Miss House is really good at, when you think you know a character or their story, rather from that series or when you see them from another series, you have no idea, and she shows you that once you get their story. And Rap was Orlando. Rap. Same person. But he was that person for me. I honestly kind of felt like, not that he was forgettable, but I wasn't looking for his story, and I should have been. This one truly blew my mind. Like, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning finishing this story. It was so good. Oh, sorry. 8 Seconds to Love is also on audio. I will do it. Assist is also on audio. But this one just really had me in a chokehold. Like, it pulled on my heartstrings in a completely different way. I definitely recommend the St. Louis Cyclones if you're looking for a hockey romance. I know, I've talked about marriage contract before, but listen, to the best of my knowledge, this was my first baseball romance and also my first Shay Davis romance or book, which is what formed the obsession. But it just, Soul and Alexa really just spoke to me. It's one of my favorite like sports romance tropes. The athlete's in danger and he needs his image cleaned up, and so you have to do things, you know, and it becomes a fake relationship or a marriage of convenience, but whatever the case may be, I thrive in that, right? And I felt like this was my first time like really reading it. This is probably honestly what sparked my fascination with sports romances, because this goes back the furthest that I can remember. I'm sure I've read other ones where like there was athletes in it, but this one right here just, it spoke to my soul. Soul and Alexa had, it's like finding your person at the exact moment you need them, and you didn't realize that it was going to happen, and it's just cosmic. It was meant to just be an arrangement, and it turned out to be so much more, something that they both needed. I love the story. It's a quick read. It's just, it's beautiful. It fits into my soul and it feeds my soul. I love it. Definitely recommend Marriage Contract if you're looking for a baseball romance. Next, we have My Muted Love by Love Belvin. Now, I know y'all have seen this before, but it's always Sarita who talks about it. In this one, we have Tori, who is a female boxer. Already giving. Something that I love about Love Belvin is her stories break me down emotionally. And yes, when I'm in the mood for it, I really love it. But what I really love is that I never feel like I'm reading the same characters or the same story. Her female characters in particular, I tend to really love. And Tori was no different. She had such discipline in her craft and in her art that I feel like in a lot of sports romances, the characters have to learn to have that discipline. She had it. And when you get to dive deeper into her story and her background and her past, and truthfully, Sarita's right. I'm only showing the one because I'm only talking about one book, but the whole series needs to be read together. This one is a bully romance. So imagine being bullied by privileged, freaking spoiled kids and knowing that you could take them out one hit, easy, boom, drop them. But to have the discipline and the strength within yourself not to. Tori spoke to me because there was power in her silence grace of letting them have it. She was better than me. I'll tell you what. Because let me tell you, Tori, I'm in the ring with her when she's dropping men one hit. Grown men, okay? She could have been running the school. But she had a silent grace to her that I just love. She was a good human. And this series particular does a really good job of having the sports and the like storytelling mixed in and blended so well together that you're getting it on a lot of different levels. This story, this one really does have a special place in my heart as well. I guess I have a lot of sentimental value to my picks, but if you're looking for a boss girl, a bad-ish that don't play about herself, Tori's that girl. And it's a journey to get there, and that's kind of what I really love about it. So if you're looking for a boxing sports romance, please check out My Muted Love by Love Belvin. Okay. I couldn't give you guys a sports romance rec and not give you a football and a basketball. So we have Free Agent by Miss Christina T. Jones, which is, yes, book 10 in the Kinetic King series. I know. But listen, I haven't read all the books, if I'm being honest. But I did read this one, and I loved it. Okay, we got Rory and Country Boy Tate. The reason I'm putting this one on for the football is because this one was done in a completely different way for me, and I was learning new terms. Again, I'm not like a sports girl, so free agent, I thought it meant something else, and I learned it does mean also what I thought it meant. But in this story, it has a cute fun play on words. And I just really enjoyed the on and off. And for this one, the off of the things the players have to, the commitments they have besides like playing the game and showing up to like camp and things. This was a phenomenal read. I think also Rory has my heart. Okay, I love that girl down. We go real bad together. Okay, she is brilliant. Created an app. Like, she is that girl, and she's perfect and she's beautiful. But with all that going, someone still was playing in her face, and she had to take a step back and get on the roster of a real one. And that's what I love. Okay, Free Agent by Christina C. Jones is not to be missed. But don't be me. Read the books in order, because there's some characters and things that I should know because I should have read in order, but I didn't. But just read those to get here. You won't regret it. And last but not least, we have One Final Shot by Aubrey Penn. Now, this one is Miss Penn's first traditionally published book, okay? And I don't feel like me and Sue talk about it enough. Another shameless plug. We have a reading blog, reading said book. One Final Shot, I did not know what to expect with Monet and Austen. Like, I didn't know at all. I thought I had a pretty good grasp on the sports romances, that Aubrey Penn writes. That should have been my first mistake, because I know she'll never do what she's supposed to. And not near one sports romance I've read by her has been like the other. So I don't know what I thought. But going in, I was not expecting this. So in this one, we have high school sweethearts who come up together, okay? He's the man now. He's in his sport. He's playing basketball. He is that dude. And having to navigate growing up in the public eye, having to navigate as a woman, losing yourself into your man, into being a mother, into being a wife, like all those layers of how you can lose yourself, and how your husband could fumble the bag and fumble the ball and fumble the woman he loves. And having to experience all that in the public eye. I think this one was such a beautiful, heartbreaking read. It's actually a trope that I hate, and I didn't realize until I was reading it. And Big Sister Penn does what she does, and I loved it. I was obsessed, okay? And it is the Hills. Lately, she's been doing stuff in Oceania and having me question myself, but that's a talk for another time. It's a talk for another time. But hood politics are at work here. It's just such a layered story, and I'm hoping that she does a book too, because there's still characters that I want to know more about. But Austen is that young, black, and privileged, again, black excellence, money, but all that happening so fast, and having to navigate that while also navigating being a family man, and how sometimes that just ain't where it at, you know? Sometimes you need something, you're only seeing your needs. You're not seeing your partner's needs. And I think that Aubrey Penn did such a great job showing that. This one also, I felt like, had a good on and off balance of the court and of the obligations athletes have outside of their sports. You know, showing up in parties and engagements, for networking, endorsement deals, and showing up for those things. It was a wild ride. Sarita and I read it in one day, because that was kind of the challenge, to read it the day it came out. And it had us both on lock. Like, it was a phenomenal read. If you have not checked out One Final Shot by Aubrey Penn, you definitely should, if you're looking for a basketball romance. So besides these two, all my books are on audio. Kudos to me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. When you think of black romance, when you think of sports romance, what sports do you think of? Like, are you like me and you just go to one thing? Or do you have a wider, more you know, brilliant palate? No. There's a word I'm looking for that I can't think of. Is your palate more experienced than mine? And also drop in the comments some book recs. I'm always looking for more sports romances. I love them. I love all the energy. I love when both people are famous, but only one's famous and they just find their person. I love when they need to be saved, or their career, their image, all the things I just love sports romance. So let's talk more about them in the comments. Thank you guys for watching this video. Excuse me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, ring a ding ding. Until next time, we love you guys. Bye.